Hey guys, Vlad Moldavsky here from SBAC Now organization. I'm joined with Alejandra Ruales from Accion Chicago. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. So we want to talk about a topic today. It's small business lending, and we want to introduce your business and kind of provide our viewers with some information. So with that being said, who is Accion Chicago? What do you guys do? What are you all about? Really just get into the details of it.
Great. Well, thanks for having me here. Accion Chicago is a nonprofit small business lending organization. We do micro lending. That's what we're experts on. We provide financing and financial education and resources for people who are either trying to start their businesses or try to grow their businesses. We have loans that range from $500 up to $50,000 and up to $20,000 for startup businesses. So even if you haven't opened the doors, we are able to give you a loan.
Can you tell me a little about the process? Can anyone come to Accion Chicago and be qualified for these microloans? And then maybe just touch a little bit on what a microloan actually is, because not everyone really knows what it is. It's pretty self-explanatory, but maybe just go a little.
Sure. So basically the process is pretty simple. We have an application that you can fill out either online, we can fax, email that application to you. And the idea is that, for example, if it's a startup, we would like to see that you've done your homework, right? So we want to make sure that you have a business plan, or you have worked in the financials, how many funds are you going to need to start. And if you're an existing business, we want to see your growth in the past couple of years, how do you manage your receivables, and, to see how your business is going to grow with this loan. So those are the things that we want to see. And in terms of who can come to us, really anyone, even if you're not ready for a loan, we would be able to direct you to different small business development centers that can provide this help for free. So really, if you're not the best at putting cash flow projections together, there are different experts that we can connect with and connect different businesses to. Great.
How is your organization, how is Accion different than me just going to any other bank? Mm-hmm. What are your competitive advantages? What's getting you out there as a lead in the industry?
Sure, and that's a great question. We're actually not a bank. We would consider ourselves more an alternative financing organization. And the reason is that there's a lot of people, and as you know, they are trying to start a business, and these days it's a little bit harder to get a loan from traditional financing organizations or banks, right? So what we want to do is that we want to help these small businesses to get started, or to get some funding that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise by traditional financing. So in this way, what we try to do is help people that, for example, have a really small loan request. So as I said, we start down from $500 up to $50,000. And if a bank, for example, won't take a look at your business because it's too small, or because in terms of revenue, or because you're just trying to open the doors, usually they require about 2 years of tax returns. So then we might be able to give that first step for your business in terms of financing. Some other reasons that we're an alternative finance organization and not a bank is we can help you build your credit as well. We have a credit builder loan program, which is loans up to $2,500, which might seem small, but in a lot of cases, when you're a small business owner and trying to get started, for example, if you're at a restaurant and need to buy a fridge, an industrial fridge is going to cost you about $1,800. It can help you start building credit if your credit was damaged, or simply just need a small item.
Great. You already touched on it to some degree, but maybe just restate, what kind of loan options do you offer from A to Z?
Perfect. So we mainly offer installment loans. So these are going to be equal payments through the length of the loan until the maturity. We also offer balloon loans. These are usually mostly common for big contracts. If you have a contract that is coming up in 6 months and you're going to get paid, we can do equal installment payments until the balloon, that is a bigger lump sum that you would pay. And as I mentioned a little bit, the credit builder loans, which are a great product, as I mentioned, for someone who needs a smaller item, who has damaged credit and wants to start rebuilding their credit. And also, this is a great opportunity for people, for example, who have their ITIN number or have never established credit in order to start building, and then that way they can see that there's a positive repayment history with us. Then a bank would be able to eventually give them a loan. So we want to act as a bridge for people to be able to access traditional financing.
Phenomenal. It sounds like a great resource. It sounds like what you are doing is really bringing value to not just business owners, but regular people as well. Don't mean to put you on the spot, but can you please share a success story that your organization has had and some of your clients may have had?
Definitely. Actually, I had a recent client. The name of the business is The Infield. And I thought of this story because now it's kind of like baseball season, and I thought it would be a very relevant story for this time of the year. So The Infield is an indoor baseball facility. There are different coaches who train, give lessons to different baseball leagues and teams, juniors to seniors, and they help them just like develop their skills. And this business is located in South Elgin. So the reason I thought this was an interesting story, this is an entrepreneur who has dreamed of opening their baseball facility, has been a coach for 20 years, but he couldn't get financing through the banks because when he needed a little bit of extra capital, he needed $15,000. He had just been in business for 1 year. So usually his banks and the other institutions told him that at least he needed 2 years of revenue, tax returns, I'm sorry. So what we did was help him with $15,000. It was to do some working capital for the summer, get ready for that, as well as to build a mezzanine. He was growing a lot of his business and he needed some extra space so the parents could see their kids from right above in their lessons and the different games. So I think it's a really good story. It shows that businesses that are constantly growing don't always have access to financing, and we were able to help him, and he's doing great. I talked to him a couple of days ago, and he says that it's really been helpful for him to grow the business, make it a better place for their children and for the parents.
Of course, it's really amazing to think of how much a loan or how much access to capital can really, help change your life and change how your business is ran and things like that. What's the best way for business owners, for people to reach out, to get a hold of you and find out more?
Definitely. So there's 3 ways. First, if you definitely want to get in touch with me or another loan officer, you can call our number. It's 312-275-3000. You can go to our website. There you can find all the information about our loans, about the application process. You can fill out an application online. Or if simply you just want to come to our office, we're always happy to set up an appointment and talk to you through the process, tell you if you're ready or not ready for a loan yet, and guide you towards the right resources, such as a small business development center or a credit building organization, someone that can help all the aspects of business and financing be with a very solid structure.
Great. Alejandra, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Guys, check out SBACnow.com and check out Accion Chicago in your free time. Thanks a lot.